Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome to the very first time to my little art corner here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be painting a heart. It's supposed to be two anatomical hearts kind of sewn together. You can make that decision when it's done if that's what it actually looks like. I should be filming an Artsnacks or a Sketchbox video by now, but I think because of the holiday weekends, the shipping is a little behind on both of those. I know, at least for myself, this past weekend I was busy with social stuff. Had some friends in town from far away and went to a baby shower. Did any of you guys go to any parties or have any cookouts? Maybe go on a boat this past weekend? If so, let me know in that comment section down below. I guess I should talk about the painting process right now. I'm actually doing this to submit to a local show that does pocket-sized pieces. This is 4 inches by 4 inches, so it can basically fit in my hand. For the background, I am just putting down some Winsor & Newton Galeria acrylic paint in Cadmium Red Hue. I have a 200 milliliter tube of this that I bought a while ago. I know I usually say that I use the Liquitex Heavy Body. I don't mind using this one either. The color payoff's pretty darn good, and the texture's pretty good as well. The only thing is with the red, because it is more translucent, I do have to layer it up quite a bit. I'm using a General's white chalk pastel pencil to get the outline in. I did draw lines down the diagonals to figure out where the center of the canvas is. It's a nice easy trick to do that. And because the concept is supposed to be two anatomically correct hearts sewn together and stapled together, it is going to be a little off kilter. It wouldn't be something that would be perfectly symmetrical. I did have 2 ideas, and maybe I should have gone with the other one. I was going to do a smaller version of a painting I've done already, where it is basically a 3 of Swords idea from the tarot, but instead of swords, there are pins in it. I'll insert a picture of what I'm talking about in a moment. I decided to go with the idea of the 2 sewn together instead of redoing this one for now. I might buy another smaller canvas later and try to do that again. So I also outlined this in a Faber-Castell Pitt marker in black, as you can see. I'm also mixing in Ivory Black Winsor & Newton Galeria paint and also Mars Black Winsor & Newton Galeria paint. We are trying to do something a little more monochromatic, and I will throw in some yellow touches later, but it's basically the theme I'm going with right now. It is kind of a weird looking little piece. And I think it ends up not looking exactly like how I wanted it to, but that is just part of being an artist. Not every piece is going to live up to what you have in your head. In fact, a lot of them aren't going to. Can't let yourself be discouraged. You just gotta keep going until it starts looking like how you want it to. Even if you have to redo the same piece multiple times. For highlights, for the moment, I'm using an Amsterdam acrylic marker in white. I do actually need to possibly get another one of these. I really like this one. It's starting to dry up a little bit. I decided that at this stage in the painting that was a little bit too harsh, so I ended up mixing some titanium white, also Winsor & Newton Galeria, to add a sort of mid-tone shade between what I have laid down right now and the pure white that will be coming in soon. I just realized I didn't talk about brushes at all. For the background, I actually used a Robert Simmons E55 washing and glaze brush. Yes, it's technically for watercolor. I do like using it for backgrounds of smaller paintings because it's soft. It doesn't leave a lot of brush strokes in there. I just like the effect it gives. And I also used an angular wash brush by Princeton in order to get some of the smaller stuff in. A lot of the detail work on this one was done with markers, and as you'll see, I have a variety of different reds and a couple of different brands coming in. There's a couple different Copics, there's a Winsor Newton Pigment ones, and I also have some acrylic Sharpies that are gonna all be kind of used at different points in this drawing and thrown in. And also obviously that Faber-Castell Pitt marker, and then again that Amsterdam acrylic marker. Oh, and a red Prismacolor. Just throwing them all in, layering them on top. I really do like using marker on top of acrylic paint. I think it adds a nice little glaze to it, and I just enjoy the effect it gives. I'm sure you can do it by also watering down different layers of acrylic paint really, really well. But I feel like I can control the markers a little more easily, especially with something this small, because once again it is 4 inches by 4 inches. It's a very small piece. It was fun kind of playing around with this concept and using one of these small canvases again. The last time I used one of this size was a few years ago when I did a bunch of tiny paintings, about 40 of them for a specific pocket-sized painting show. The guy told me to do 20 because he didn't think that I could put in the effort to do 20, so I ended up putting in 40 because I'm spiteful like that. I really enjoy doing these smaller pieces though, because it is a way to get an idea out quickly and kind of move on to the next. And it's interesting to see exactly how you have to work on something smaller versus something bigger. If it's larger, you can put way more details in it, but with smaller ones, you kind of have to pick and choose exactly how you're going to represent it more. You have to make more decisions, basically. I showed this to my boyfriend, and he thought it was 2 dragons sewn together. I think his brain's on Game of Thrones lately. Well, that, and he just really, really loves dragons. I was like, but why would I paint 2 dragons sewn together in a shape of a heart? It's in the eye of the beholder, right? And I'm still just going back in between those markers and throwing in quite a bit more detail work, a lot of little lines in different shades. And I also end up splattering onto the background because for some reason that's my favorite new background thing to do right now. Just put some paint on a brush that's really, really wet, pull the bristles away from the painting and let it go. Just see what it does. I know they make those spray bottles, which the last Artsnacks video I did, which would be for May, I got one of those. I went to try to spray some on this one, and it dried inside the tube again. Apparently you should wash in between each one. Either that or they're just good for one use. I'm not sure. I'll leave a link to that video down below that includes what I'm talking about, so y'all can see that too. We are getting to the end of this video here, and I feel like it's mostly done. I may change a couple things before I try to submit it for the art show I was talking about earlier. We will see. That part probably won't be filmed. But thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, or concerns, please let me know in that comment section down below. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Once again, I really just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day or night, depending on when you're watching this, to watch this video and listen to me ramble about art stuff. It's fun. And I hope you have a wonderful day or night. you can keep on watching and just listen to this very chill music and see the final bits of the process. Bye!